Now let's begin in Abuja, where the All Progressives Congress, FCT chapter, is calling on Nigerians to be calm over the removal of fuel subsidy. Now, that call is from the women's leader of the party, who says the removal is for the betterment of the nation. Speaking at an event in Abuja to commemorate the win of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, she said Nigerians must be ready to pay the price today and rejoice in the later days. Helen Osamede-Akins reports.
Mixed reactions continue to trail the removal of petrol subsidy after President Bola Tinubu revealed that there is no provisions in the 2023 budget for it. Over the years, there has been a steady increase of what goes into subsidizing petrol products for its citizens. Past governments had tried to remove the subsidy but lacked the political will to go through with it. 2023 election presidential candidates had all promised to do away with the fuel subsidy if elected. In 2022, the Nigerian Extractive Industries Transparency Initiative disclosed that the country spent 13.7 trillion naira, equivalent to $74.386 billion on petrol subsidy payments from 2005 to 2020. Concerned with how this news has been taken by citizens, the FCT APC women leader tends to bring clarity on the situation. She calls on Nigerians to be patient with the federal government and look beyond the now.
That removal was for the deliverance of a nation from something that has held us bound in the place of our economic, our social representations, and our entrepreneurial dignity, because the fact of the matter is it kept pauperizing rather than giving prosperity to generations. But you know,
everybody should be calm. It's for good. If you understand the system, it's for good. Our president is an economist. He knows what to do. He has met with people to take this decision. It's a very, very mature decision, and we should abide by the rules, and we should be peaceful that Nigeria is going to be great very, very soon.
On the planned NLC protest, she urged President Tinubu to continue dialogue with the Congress to see reasons for the removal.
Speakers believe it is now obvious than ever that the government cannot continue to subsidize the products due to the current economic situation. Nigerians are expected to support and believe in this government to see what the removal holds for them. Helen Osamede-Akins, TVC News, Abuja.
We're staying in the nation's capital, where the Senate moments ago approved President Bola Tinubu's appointment of 20 special advisors. This came after the president's letter to the upper chamber requesting the approval was read by the President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, during plenary session. This also follows the President's announcement and appointment of the outgoing Speaker of the House of Representatives, Femi Gbajabiamila, as his Chief of Staff. He also announced former Minister of Special Duties, George Akume, as Secretary to the Government of the Federation, amongst other appointments. TVC News is monitoring the development and will bring you more details as soon as we have them. Let's turn our attention back to the removal of fuel subsidy that is now gaining support, and it seems to be gaining more grounds across different regions of the country. Now, the Southern Nigeria Youth Congress is the latest group to back the decision of President Bola Tinubu. The group calls on the Labour Party presidential candidate, Peter Obi, to withdraw his court case for the interest of the southern region. And Iken Amechi reports.
The Southern Nigerian Youth Congress is the apex body of all youths of the 17 states in the region. Leaders of the youth group have made up some far-reaching decisions on some critical national issues like the fuel subsidy removal, choice of the leadership of the 10th National Assembly, and the ongoing Presidential Election Tribunal. At this World Press Conference, the youth leaders back fuel subsidy removal while calling for the building of more modular refineries.
We, the Southern Nigeria youth, wishes to declare our endorsement and support for the total removal of subsidy, but calls on the federal government to, as a matter of urgency, put machineries in place to ensure immediate and full kickoff of modular refineries operation in the country to tackle the current outrageous fuel price. Federal government should also improve the use of electricity and consider vehicles running on compressed gases to create an alternative to PMS.
With the inauguration of the 10th Assembly imminent, the group supports the candidacy of Godswill Akpabio for the President of the Senate.
It is the turn of the South-South to produce a Senate President. We are calling on all elected senators of Southern Nigeria and other regions to support a South-South Senate presidency in the spirit of fair play. For those bringing up the argument that Senate presidency should go to the North because His Excellency Tinubu is from the Southwest, we may remind them that the 8 years of the immediate past president, His Excellency Muhammadu Buhari, saw His Excellency Dr. Bukola Saraki and Senator Ahmed Lawan from the North as Senate presidents. It is therefore only right for the position to now rotate to South-South, and we believe His Excellency Senator Godswill Akpabio is best qualified, experienced, and possesses the needed capacity to effectively perform as a Senate president.
The Southern Youth Group also urges the Labour Party presidential candidate in the last election, Peter Obi, to drop his litigation at the tribunal against President Tinubu. These young people are seeking peace across board as they want Mr. President to quickly set up the National Peace and Reconciliation Committee for National Cohesion. Ikenna Amechi, TVC News, Asaba.
Let's now turn to legislative matters as the representative of Boko West constituency in the Benue State House of Assembly, Aondona Dajo, has been elected as the new speaker. The inauguration was presided over by the Assembly's clerk, Bernard Onule. Mayowa Kwanto reports.
The first sitting of Benue State 10th House of Assembly commenced with 32 members. The state governor, in his proclamation speech, assured that the executive arm of government will not interfere with the legislative arm.
The import of this event in the life of our new administration, that is exactly 7 days today, cannot be overemphasized. This is because it is the coming on board of the legislature which is the main pillar of our democracy. We are fully prepared to respect the sanctity of the doctrine of the separation of powers under democracy. We will not interfere in the internal affairs of the legislature. However, we are prepared to meaningfully work with those that you choose to lead this honorable house.
The election for the Speaker and Deputy Speaker commenced with the member-elects of Boko East constituency, Becky Opim, and member-elects of Boko West constituency, Ondona Dajo, were both nominated.
Deputy Speaker of the 10th Assembly.
An election at first ended in a draw, with both ending with 16 votes.
Opim, Dajo.
It led to disagreements and an exchange of words. A break was sought. The break lasted several hours, after which the assembly commenced with a rerun election. The member representing Boko West constituency, Ondona Dajo, this time emerged victorious with 17 votes over member representing Boko East constituency, Becky Opim, who scored 15 votes.
As you are aware, there is strength in unity, but the house divided against itself cannot stand. My distinguished colleague, may I use this opportunity to formally welcome all of us, both new and returning members, to the 10th Benue State House of Assembly.
Members Benue State House of Assembly were then sworn in to become the 10th Assembly. Mayowa Okwanto, TVC News, Makodi.